You are a billionaire, right? I have about a little over 1 million in assets, but we didn't get there overnight. We started from somewhere. So for that young lady who is just starting out, who may be fearful, may not know how to begin, can you tell her like the journey or how you started with your very first property and how that helped to bring you where you are today?
Yeah, well, the one thing that wasn't around in 2008 when the economic collapse happened and my husband and I were on the verge of losing it all, what you didn't see was our sacrifice phase. There is a sacrifice phase. The problem with Instagram and social media these days is everyone thinks they should have everything all at once. It doesn't work like that. There is sacrifice phase. So what we did was we took our earned income. Earned income is the money that I make from speaking gigs or selling a product or services or something like that. That's earned income. It won't earn unless you're out there doing it, right? We take that earned income and then we store it, not save it. We don't teach save your money for a rainy day. I mean, we're in Miami, it rains every day. You store the money. So earned income stores money. And then once it gets up to a certain amount, which we like to say around 100,000, like for a lower first time investment, around 100,000. And then you put that into an income producing, a cash flowing asset from day one. I don't like to say anything less than 16 units, but I understand you might have to be in a fourplex or whatever to flip it to get to a 16, and then eventually you want to be in the hundreds because that's where the money is on the scale. So those are the three processes for all the only three things that you need to know about money. You need to know how to earn it, you need to know how to store it, and you need to know how to invest it in a cash flowing asset. Now the cash flowing asset's going to spend money, it's going to spit money at you. That is not earned income. That is passive income spitting money at you. Now that money that spits money on me, we did the same thing. We would put it back into the stored and then put it back into the cash flowing asset. We repeated that over and over and over again. Earned income, same thing. So for all those years while we were going through this process of earning, storing, investing, earning, storing, investing, and then earning, right? Going broke, we call it going broke because then we'd plunk it into a real estate property. Now I'm broke again. I'm broke. I have no money. It's all in this asset that I just put in. I have no money. Now I got to re-earn the money again and repeat the process. That took us almost 8 to 10 years to do. In the meantime, there was no Chanel, no designer, no fancy restaurants, the friends, no vacations with friends. We didn't take a vacation for like 12 years. You don't see that now because on Instagram, you see us on our jet traveling to 19 countries, staying in the nicest places in the world. But the reason we got there was because we were willing to pay the price. I was willing to pay the price back then so that now we could pay any price today. So I knew I was going through sacrifice phase in order for the return to pay off. Still to this day, I don't compromise our integrity about money. I earn income, it goes into an income producing asset. I earn income, it does not go into plane. I earn income, it does not go into Chanel. I earn income, it does not go into diamonds. That's how you go broke. That's how the system keeps you suppressed. That's the game they want you to play. They want you to spend that money. It goes back into the bank. The bank loans it to people like me on a $100 million deal of apartment buildings that is then going to repay me. So that's the only way to wealth, is having another asset pay you whether you're sleeping or not. So I don't get confused about where my money is supposed to be and what it's supposed to do. The thing that pays for the plane now is the passive income. The passive income pays for the plane. The passive income pays for the 2 helicopters. It pays for my Chanel. I still don't have jewelry. It's on loan until I figure out how to do the jewelry game. Like I said, I'm seeking help from Stormy. I've always been a tomboy. But you understand, the passive income pays for my lifestyle. My earned income only goes into an income producing asset, which we call multifamily. Wow. And we have about 9,000, almost 10,000 units now that puke on us every month, and my investors. So if you want to become an investor and you're an accredited investor, you have your value to whatever you want to call that of $1 million or more makes you an accredited investor, then you could be an investor with Cardone Capital, and then you can also put your money on top of my money in the assets that we're going to do with or without our investors. We're doing it anyway. But this gives people that would never have access to a $100 million deal. I'm competing against Blackstone insurance companies. I'm not competing against the mom and pop chiropractor or a doctor. Like, they're never going to get these deals. So it gives us a vehicle to provide for all the, I call it the little people, because we've been made to feel like we're the little people.
Overlooked, yeah.
Overlooked, like you're never going to get there. And there is a system in place, like, kid you not, that completely shut us out, that don't allow us to have access to this type of an asset class. And so we decided to open the accredited fund for people just like us that would never have the opportunity, that will take you, what it took us 30 years to build up. And through us, you can invest through Cardone Capital and have a piece of that class asset, $100 million, $120 million deal. Get your dividends paid to you every single month, because that's how we like to be paid. So if we're going to pay ourselves monthly, we're going to pay our investors monthly, and then you get your dividend every month. And then when we cash out, boom, boom, boom. Sometimes we refinance. You get your original investment in. You're still making your money, and you have zero in the investment, and you still own your percentage in the asset. So, I mean, it's brilliant. I could talk all day real estate with you. I love real estate.